I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
She's trying to embarrass him into divorcing her.
Actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
By now, the truth about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage is no longer rumor, it's documented and openly discussed. Their relationship was never built on traditional boundaries, and even Jada has admitted to stepping outside the marriage, later labeling it an entanglement. But according to Brother Bilal, what the public received was only a carefully filtered version of a much deeper reality. He alleges that the number of men involved goes far beyond what has been revealed, and that several of the names tied to Jada are far more famous than most people ever imagined.
I saw some of the video. Mind you, when Jada at the house...
Was any of them allegedly MC Light?
Yes.
I just said that was just
why didn't you let me say that?
That was just my own opinion.
Come on, Ty.
I have no dog in this fight.
Oh, goodness.
But I always felt like, in my opinion, that her and MC Light kind of had something going on, and they used men, Will and MC Light's husband, to cover it up.
So,
and then we had a lady that came to sit on the show that said she saw MC Light and Jada at a known gay club for lesbians in Hollywood all the time.
So let me just put it like this. Because the tapes are going to surface. The tapes are going to surface.
I don't want to watch them. That's illegal.
Oh, no. Listen. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The tapes are, that's why they reported it stolen. But they didn't report me as the thief, right? But now let me tell you how I saw the tapes. So when Jada's home at Will's house, not her other house, she allegedly has her wine. She has her something called Tushy. It's like a pink thing. It's popular in Colombia as well too, but it's like it's like that mix, right? It's big in Colombia, right? And she got her ayahuasca or whatever it is. And she got her mushrooms. So she got her psychedelics, all that stuff. So she's sitting down here watching, playing with herself, and high as a kite, right? Not caring who's in the house, whether kids watching, nothing. She's in her own world. So that's how I was able to see the tapes. This is why she think I saw them. And I saw some things that were unreal. And I saw celebrities on the tape.
Ooh.
So,
according to Bilaal, Tyrese was allegedly involved with Jada while she was still married to Will. He claims there are recordings that, in his words, back up his statements. Bilaal also insists that if those recordings ever surface, it will be much harder for people to continue brushing off his allegations.
And in that video, he is begging her to stop, right? And she's telling him to shut up, right? And on that video, Jada had on Timberlands and a fitted baseball cap with the strap on, right? And the reason why she got so much hate for Alfonso Ribeira is because they dated way before. I'm not even going to say dated, went it out a couple of times together, right? And allegedly something must have happened because Alfonso always had money. So back then Jada was broke, and you know that through your interview with LeVar.
He also brings up Charlie Mack, saying that his alleged involvement with Jada wasn't based on rumor either. According to Bilal's account, even when Jada wasn't visibly present, she was supposedly in the room and orchestrating interactions behind the scenes.
Tyrese was on there.
I'm so glad Tyrese ain't got no money to sue me right now.
And Charlie Mack was on there with Will. And allegedly, I would appear to be Tyrese with Will and Jada. Then the one with Charlie Mack and Will, Jada's not on it, but you can hear her say, make him spit up, period. So when these tapes come out, people will know I'm telling the absolute truth.
Then there's Briar Y. Gray, another name Bilaal puts on the list. He says Jada's connection to Briar Y. Gray went far beyond gossip. According to Bilaal, legal documents exist, including a mutual NDA, which is when the situation allegedly escalated. He claims that once the NDA became a possible liability, efforts to silence him intensified. Rather than retreat, Bilaal says he filed court paperwork under penalty of perjury, declaring he is prepared to face jail time if even one of his statements is proven untrue.
I'm there. We're trying to talk through our problems at his birthday party. Me and Will are together trying to talk to all this stuff that's going on, this alleged hard drive that they think I have with all these people on it. Me potentially about to sue, me about to expose the mutual NDA that I had with Bashir Gray.
So this was after my interview.
This was way before your interview. So
okay.
we've been going on for.
Because I remember, because she said, Jada Pinkett Smith specifically said in the Breakfast Club interview, we quote her words, that there's been some legal back and forth.
Yeah, we tried to work it out.
And you have text messages here from Jamal asking if Charlie wants to talk to you.
Oh, this is late. See, it's so much information.
To do a 3-way call. I downloaded WhatsApp again. But go ahead.
Okay. So where were we at? What were we talking about? That just threw me off a lot. Damn. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he invited me to his birthday party in King Richard premiere. It was a private screening. And at this is inside the legal paperwork of the civil harassment lawsuit against Jada. So she comes up to me, put her finger right in my face with her nail, right? And told me that I better stop telling her business, keep my mouth shut, or I was going to catch a bullet and a beat down. So right there, that's already violence, right? And then it's already threats and everything. So I said, okay, no problem. I didn't say nothing. I didn't hit her. I didn't do anything. But I already knew that I was going to make my move. So let's get into this lawsuit with Jada. So we talked about that one incident. We talked about her being embarrassed about the Tasha K interview that went viral globally. Okay. So that's one thing. Then Charlie Mack contacted my friend saying that Will and Jada wanted to pay me to write a retraction, and then him sending the retraction over to my friend, right?
And you said?
I said, no, I'm not going to do it. They were ready to pay me the money.
He maintains that this has nothing to do with clout or payback. According to Bilaal, it's about exposing the truth and how Will was publicly embarrassed while powerful people behind the scenes worked hard to shield Jada's reputation. He says the public was only shown a single entanglement, while privately, Jada was allegedly involved with multiple men throughout the marriage. Bilaal claims several of those men are well-known figures in the industry. And according to him, the reason this story keeps being downplayed is very simple.
40 years. I put in here about where TMZ, who listen what they did to me. Well, I already told you. So, but just for your listeners, Will's reps claim he didn't have sex with Dwayne Martin, right? And then inside the article, people can just go back and see it. TMZ put, we don't even know if there's any connection between me and Will. Come on, man. Come on, TMZ. Y'all playing. Now, I'm reporting y'all to the FCC, right? Because y'all lying to people. You could have did a quick Google search and see, I got multiple movie credits with Will. I'm in the book, and if you go to my Instagram, that seals it right there.
TMZ is bought and paid.
Right. So in my opinion, so in my opinion, they was giving TMZ a couple of those dollars. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, so we thinking everything is over, right? After my accident, nobody's hearing from me. The Diddy stuff comes to light. Okay, so now everybody is separating themselves from Diddy. I go to my computer. I remember I went to a freak off party with Will. Well, I went to a party, but after the party became a freak off, right? So I send that out to every press person, right? Somebody picks the pictures up and put Will at Diddy's party. Will sitting up there.
Oh, you remember the naked girl?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I remember that. They was eating fruit off the naked
one. Right, because they were saying, that was
an all-white party.
Yep. I forget where it was at, but all I know is I had the pictures, and when I sent the pictures out, they were everywhere. Now, Will Then after that, everybody's going in. Now, I could tell you what
Will
happened.
said on a stage with fake AI fans that he has never, ever been to a Diddy party.
Okay. And him and Diddy are not cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Jay-Z
Okay.
said that too.
Okay. Right.
He says too many powerful people allegedly have a vested interest in keeping everything from being fully exposed, whether people believe him or not. According to Bilaal, the cheating wasn't a one-time rumor, it was a pattern. With court filings, discovery, and sworn statements now underway, Bilaal believes the truth will eventually surface, whether anyone is ready for it or not.
Within 1 year, it is my belief that Will and Jada will be involved with a sexual case on a criminal level. And I'm going to say that once again, just so everybody clear. Once I finish the lawsuit and once I finish this civil harassment thing with Jada getting all the discovery, all the interrogatories and giving them to the federal government and also giving it to the assistant attorney general, somebody's going to jail. Somebody. That's my belief. So all this is going on, but it's going to be criminal. Right now is all.
One of the most talked about moments tied to Jada happened on Red Table Talk, when she sat face-to-face with Will and said out loud what many had been whispering about for years. She admitted she had been involved in a relationship, later trying to soften the blow by labeling it an entanglement with R&B singer August Alsina while she was still married to Will. That episode went viral instantly, pulling in over 15 million views within 24 hours. Viewers were stunned. Will looked emotionally shattered. Jada appeared composed. And in that moment, a lot of people realized their marriage was nothing like the image that had been sold to the public. Jada first met August back in 2015, when he was just 22 years old. Their paths crossed at a concert for Willow and Jaden Smith. At the time, August was already dealing with serious physical, mental, and emotional struggles. He later revealed that he developed a painkiller addiction after collapsing on stage during a performance. According to Jada, August came to her seeking guidance and help with his life. From August's perspective, he said he genuinely loved Jada and claimed he devoted years of his life to the relationship. He stated that he gave her his whole heart and had no regrets about telling his truth. Around that same period, Will and Jada publicly acknowledged that they had privately separated and attempted to frame the situation as part of their personal evolution. Jada denied August's claim that Will gave his blessing for the relationship, but she did not deny that the relationship itself occurred. When the August Alsina story first broke, most people focused on the shock value, but comedian DL Hughley viewed it from a different lens. He said the dynamic between Jada and August felt, in his opinion, almost predatory. For DL, the issue wasn't just the age difference, but the surrounding circumstances: fame, money, influence, and emotional vulnerability. He argued that when one person holds significant power and the other is barely holding themselves together, it creates a dangerous imbalance. He also pointed out that if the roles were reversed, the public backlash would likely have been far harsher. Comedian Luenell echoed similar concerns. She described August not as a snitch, but as a deeply hurt man. She explained that when men experience emotional pain, it can break them in ways society often ignores. She emphasized that August already appeared fragile before the relationship, dealing with health problems, personal losses, trauma, and instability. Instead of being guided toward professional support, he ended up in a complicated romantic situation with a married woman who had far more power, security, and influence. Luenell also questioned Jada's position as a supposed mentor. She argued that when you take responsibility for helping someone heal, you don't cross that line. You don't mix guidance with romance, especially when the other person is clearly vulnerable. Both DL Hughley and Luenell agreed on one thing: if Will had done something similar under the same circumstances, the reaction would have been very different. Dr. Umar has offered his own perspective on what's really happening between Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. In his view, the situation is no longer about love at all. He claims that based on what he has heard, there may not be a prenuptial agreement in place. And if that's true, he believes it explains a lot of what the public has been witnessing.
I've heard they do not have a prenuptial agreement. If that is true, that Will does not have a prenuptial agreement, that helps to understand everything that's transpiring. I believe the reason he's still with her at this point is to safeguard his estate, which he should. And I think the reason why she's being so disrespectful, blatantly disrespectful, bringing up Tupac's proposal, why is that coming up now? Saying Chris Rock tried to hit on her Why is that being said to the public after this man and your husband got into an altercation at the Emmys? From what it looks like on the outside looking in, and I have nothing against Jada at all. Obviously, I'm a Will Smith fan. Only actor in American history to garner 10 consecutive #1 box office hits. Nobody has ever done that, not even Denzel. Will Smith is the only actor to do that in American history. And on top of that, he's the first rapper to win a Grammy. So his place in history is etched solid. And I just think it's an unfortunate situation because he's been through a lot of things in his life. I never met him personally, but obviously he came out with the book detailing his situation. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but of course I get the reports from it. And I just think it's unfortunate what's going on because on the one hand, you have a man who doesn't want to get took to the cleaners by a woman who really didn't help him build his brand or his name. And on the other hand, you have a woman who says to herself, arguably, I gave you 2 children. I was here for the journey, although I may not have had anything to do directly with your success. I was still your emotional comfort. I was still your wife, your confidant, your partner. And I think she wants out the marriage. And I just think she's going at it in a very dysfunctional way. I think she's trying to embarrass him into divorce.
According to him, Jada may want out of a marriage, but not without locking in what she believes she's owed. Dr. Umar says both sides probably feel justified in their stance. However, where he's most critical is in how he thinks Jada is choosing to handle it. In his view, rather than walking away privately, she seems to be applying pressure in the public eye through embarrassing disclosures, uncomfortable revelations, and moments that make Will visibly uneasy. Dr. Umar believes this isn't accidental. He sees it as strategic.
We're being interviewed and someone said something to the effect of marriage or divorce. I forget the question or the comment, but Jada responded by saying, quote, "It's cheaper to keep her." I think they said, "Why are you two still together?" And it was in a joking way. They weren't being, there was no animosity. They were not being adversarial. It wasn't even a serious conversation. It was very laid back and relaxed in a joking dialogue. But the person said, "Why are you guys still together?" And Jada Pinkett Smith's response was, "It's cheaper to keep her." He didn't say that. She said it. And I think that speaks to the fact that there was no prenuptial agreement.
Wow, man. So you think she's making all these comments intentionally hoping that he'll divorce her?
Absolutely. If you're not going to let me out of this marriage and give me half of what I feel I'm entitled to, because that's, the American way, women get half of the man's estate, even if they didn't help him build it. And no disrespect to Jada, there's a very strong possibility that she helped Will get to where he is. I really can't see how, because he was always talented. I remember going to a Will Smith concert right here in Philadelphia down at the Spectrum. It was Will Smith. New Edition was the headliners. It was Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff, Roxanne Shante, UTFO. I was a young blood back then. And I still remember Will when he was a rapper on stage. And once he went to Fresh Prince and then Independence Day and all those movies he was just a hit. The man was a hit. Every movie he put out, garnered billions of dollars at the box office. So, but again, I want to be respectful to her. That's a marriage. There's some things behind the scenes that we don't know about where she could probably argue that she played a significant role, in his development as an actor. I don't know. Or as a businessman. But from the outside looking in as a Philadelphian, I don't see that. And I really just feel it's a situation where he's not going to give up half of what he has. And she's going to continue to antagonize him with the belief that if she gets on his nerves enough, he might let her out of the arrangement.
When people talk about Jada Pinkett Smith's lack of boundaries, many point to her more recent behavior, but others argue the pattern goes all the way back to the very start of her relationship with Will Smith. Yes, they were married for over 2 decades, but what often gets ignored is how that relationship began. When Will and Jada started seeing each other, Will was still legally married to his first wife, Sherry Zampino. Jada has also openly admitted that she never truly wanted to get married. She has said the only reason she went through with it was because she became pregnant. For a lot of people, that confession was more shocking than any later controversy. It suggested that a marriage long portrayed as unbreakable may have been rooted more in obligation than genuine choice. And some believe Jada has been trying to distance herself from that obligation quietly for years. So what do you think? Are more allegations and revelations still waiting to surface? Or has the public already seen the worst of it? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay updated as this story continues to develop, be sure to subscribe.